Here's a couple of life lessons, some more ones I learned from my dad. When he met my mother, she already had a son, and he was, I think, around 4 years old. His name was Marius, and what happened is they met in church. My mother would sing in the choir, and her son would run and come stand next to my dad during the worship time, and they'll sing together and just play. My dad was always good with kids. He was always really good with kids. So the boy loved my dad. He'd play with him and then scoot over. And so after the church service, obviously my mom and my dad met, and my dad thought, this pretty girl, got a child, and he was 2 years younger than my mother. And when they decided to get engaged, he sat down with her brothers and grandfather and everybody, and my dad told me, boy, he's like, the pressures about getting married, and if you are marrying a woman that's already had a child, she's considered damaged goods, or a woman that's been married before. The pressure was so much for him. He was 22, he was 23 when they had me, I think, so 22. When he married my mom, and he said what happened was everybody treated him like he's the man. Like, man, you're gonna take this woman with a child, and you're gonna take care of them both. Man, you the man. You're okay by me. You're okay by me. He said, don't be fooled by that stuff. He told me other people's opinions about what makes you a great man means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Are you a great man? Then be a great man. He said, because those opinions change very quickly, and they might even push you in a direction you would not want to go. He married my mom, but he told me that pressure, he doesn't know what life would have been like if he pulled out of that, But I don't think he wanted to pull out of that. But what he told me was that was just an insane amount of pressure and kind of almost manipulation by the people, and they didn't intend for it to be that way, but that's kind of how it read, and now you're going to be less of a man if you don't do it, but he told me, have your own reasons for doing things, and don't depend on other people and other people's opinions. And if other people think it's a good idea or not, doesn't matter. What do you think? If you love that woman, you marry her, regardless the baggage, regardless the son, the child, the things you need to go through. So because he was 2 years younger than her and all that, so interesting lesson. Another lesson, just about relationships and stuff. I remember I was a teenager, and Henriette, my dad's sister, she was getting married, and I don't remember all the details that well, but I do remember my dad telling me the story, and he mentioned, he's like, that he asked her, why do you want to get married? Because my dad was always that guy. He was always going to ask the hard, difficult questions, and if you didn't have answers, he'd have you thinking, So he asked her, why are you getting married? And she said, he loves me. And my dad made that sound like it wasn't a good enough reason to get married, He loves you. And what if he decides to not love you tomorrow? Who are you? Do you love him? Because who you are determines what you're going to be in this life, not what other people do. And if other people like you, if other people love you. So he had this whole, some truck just pulled up. This is fun. But let me finish the story. He told me, it's good that that someone loves you, but their love can change, and there's nothing you can do about that. But your love is something you can control. And if you love them, and if you can commit to them because of who you are, that's a better foundation to build on. Good life lessons.